YouTube, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we got NBA 2K26 complete gameplay breakdown by Joe Knows. Hopefully I'm saying his right name right. Yep, Joe Knows. Okay, cool. Joe Knows. Let's get straight into it.
Highly anticipated annual gameplay breakdown video. We're going to be going over everything gameplay related inside this video when it comes to NBA.
Okay, that's good footwork.
We'll be talking about the no RNG pure green when it comes to
again 2K.
6. We'll be talking about the
Who's falling for that?
no RNG pure green window shooting from both 3-point and mid-range. We're going to be talking about the new custom layups and how consistent we think those are going to be.
That would have got blocked in real life.
Green window again, but is it any good? We're going to be talking about dribbling. Can tall build speed boost again? Of course, we've got to cover on-ball defense for all you locks out there. Paint defense, rebounding. We got everything you need when it comes to 2K26 gameplay. I'm also going to be posting some unedited, raw, full game online user versus user gameplay here shortly, so stay on the lookout for that. But take a second, drop a like on the video for me. Let's try to get this video to 20,000 likes, and let's get into this NBA 2K26 gameplay break. Alright, first things first, all the play now clips in this video are on Hall of Fame difficulty. We're going to start off with some dribbling in the Learn 2K core. I don't know what the difficulty was on in there because whites were going in, but the play now clips are all on Hall of Fame. All right, let's start this off with dribbling. A lot of questions to be answered here, a lot of clips here for you to enjoy. Let's talk about it. First thing to remember, these are NBA players. They do not have optimized SIGs. You cannot change their SIGs. They have whatever they have. Durant has Durant SIGs. De'Aaron Fox has De'Aaron Fox SIGs, etc. But the gameplay you're going to see tomorrow, I can't really speak on it, but it's with the My Players, and in the test builder, you could change your SIGs, and it is a night and day difference from how the NBA players move to how you can move when you're able to change your SIGs. But this will give you at least a general idea of how it looks and, you know, how people are bursting. And obviously, I know a lot of people from my channel are going to be like, bro, like, are the big builds bursting again? And yes, you can speed boost on big builds. It's a night and day difference between 2K25 and 2K26. And people might say, oh, what about the small guards? And yes, the small guards can fly. They can really chain stuff together. People are definitely going to find some glitchy stuff. You see, you could spam behind the backs. You can spam escapes. There's some really, really good launchy behind the backs now, and you can start to combo those with, like, explosive behind the backs and momentum behind the backs.
Ooh, that's a great fadeaway.
Kevin Durant changing directions on a dime. You guys are starting to see some of the momentum crossovers. Now, I do want to mention, there's only so many hours in the day at Community Day that you can't really, like, fully focus on everything. And my boy Young Dirk was really focused on dribbling, so he sent me all these clips in the Learn 2K. So I'm going to leave the link to his dribble tutorial.
Ain't gonna lie, Damian little dribble moves look nice. That actually look nice, chat.
Finish this video, but shout out to Young Dirk for hooking me up with the clips. I did get some dribble clips, but like I wasn't going to spend a few hours on it when I knew other people were doing it. I wanted to focus on other areas of the game so we could get as much information as possible. But what's really nice to see is all these different NBA players.
Bro, you know Jimmy Butler, like, bro, no disrespect, bro. I'm a big fan of Jimmy Butler, but bro, he does not move like this in real life. Like, real talk.
Have different dribble styles, you know, like Curry has his.
Like, look at this. Jimmy does not move like this in real life.
Fox has his, Kevin Durant has his, Jimmy Butler has his, etc. And they can all speed boost, and that's just a breath of fresh air. Because I feel like in past 2Ks it was like only one or two.
That's just AI. Ooh, excuse me.
So it was like you were forced to use them. Now there's probably gonna end up being like a couple that are better than all the other ones. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like before it was like no matter what, if you weren't using Darius Garland last year, you had a hitch run out or just you had a no burst run out of dribble moves. It looks like there's multiple dribble styles now that can burst. And again, this isn't even with optimal SIGs to go with the dribble style. This is just what the NBA players have on. So just wait till tomorrow when y'all can see how the My Players are moving. Now, I'm definitely interested in your thoughts on the dribbling from what you've seen here. So get your comments in down below and let's start the discussion. That is the Scottie Pippen behind the back that Mike was talking about. You know, they added some more explosive kind of behind the back dribble moves into the game. And that Scottie definitely launches you forward. There's also, I think the Kobe White one felt pretty good. I was experimenting with it. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably want my opinion on dribbling. So here it is. I spent a fraction of the time dribbling as other creators. Like Dirk and Koza and other creators, they spent majority of the day dribbling. I spent probably 20, 30 minutes, tried it out, and then went to go get other information. But here's what I felt.
Okay.
It felt much more explosive than last year. It felt much more dynamic and like you could, like, you had more burst, you had more pop with the ball in your hands. It felt like you could chain things together much more quickly. And most importantly for me personally, it just felt more fun. Now, I understand the bar from 2K25 was set extremely low, so to say it was better or more fun than that is like, well, you know, you're not really saying much, which I get, but it's just how I felt. Like, dribbling there, I was like, damn, like, this feels a lot more enjoyable than what I was doing the last 12 months on 2K25. So we'll see how the game feels at the official launch date. Because remember last year, people at Community Day found certain ways to speed boost dribbling-wise, and then it was removed by the time the actual game came out. So hopefully that's not the case this year. Hopefully all this stuff people are finding in ways to burst and be dynamic and be explosive off the dribble. Hopefully all that stuff is there at launch, and then we could really dive into it as a community and find some crazy stuff. But that's enough about dribbling. Let's move on to some other gameplay aspects. All right, let's talk about shooting and shot contests. Got a bunch of clips here. Some are going to be open, some contested, some green, some miss. Want y'all to just take a look at it, and I'm going to just let it play, and you guys can kind of start to assess, you know, how the shooting looks, how the contest system looks, and get your thoughts down below in the comments. I will say a few...
Wait, whoa. Nobody don't leave Kevin Durant open. Somebody believe... Bruh.
I know people are going to ask about RNG and the pure green window and how did it feel and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it's just a few, you know, hours that I was playing the game, so I also had
AI gotta be playing.
Wait,
is this AI playing the game or something like that? Cause like, bro, like
that. But the green window definitely felt more precise. Like when you got it right, it was green, but when you got it wrong, it was earlier, it was late. Like you were like it was like if you were slightly off, it was doinking. So when I talked to Mike in that interview I did with him, he explained it, if he could compare it to anything, was like a more skill-based 2K24 shooting system. And I could kind of see where he's coming from, just because of, you know, yes, you have the pure green window, but it is, you got to be more precise than you were on 24. And I did feel that. Now, obviously, it's just a few hours. We'll see how it plays out when the game actually drops. But another thing that was noticeable was player height really matters still on the shooting. You know, the taller builds definitely shoot over people and, you know, get contested less than the shorter builds. And Kevin Durant was an absolute god because of that. I mean, KD was insane on this. All right, we're going to switch gears over to mid-range a little bit here. And I'll be honest with you, the mid-range felt really, really good. Tested it with KD, Shea. I think there's maybe like a Curry clip, a Luka clip. Like, definitely shot a few middies here and there, but was definitely using it a lot with Kevin Durant, just trying to just see how the contest system was registering. I had somebody using Shea on the other team, and then I was using KD, and we basically tested mid-ranges for like good 10, 15 minutes straight. They feel really, really good. I know they were good on 25. They feel really good on 26. And again, the height.
Better not be lying, though. Cause, man, that's what they all be saying. They always be saying, oh, the games feel really good. The game get better. Blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. But, bro, when we be playing the game, bro, it be actually BS, bro.
I know I'm harping on it a lot, but like you start to see how people are, you know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking.
In the dribbling in the beginning of this video, right? Like people are able to move now on the bigger players, and that wasn't even my players. Like I said, that was NBA players, and you were still bursting and doing all that. Then you combine it with the fact that you're really like shooting over people in terms of that advantage. Like you might actually see a back and forth this year of small guards and big guards. Both being viable again. I think overall for the game that would be beautiful. A little bit more build diversity, a little bit more play style diversity. And what I didn't get enough sleep. Is they definitely felt stronger.
That's why I'm yawning.
2K25 Luka. To me felt like you were kind of praying for a contest. Like 90% of stuff just registered open. It didn't feel like that on this game. It definitely felt stronger, but not stronger to the point where ghost contests were happening like in past 2Ks. If a dude had his hand down, especially against a guy like Durant who's so tall, but even other players that we tested like Shea and stuff, it would say open if their hand was down. So if they reached and you shot it, it said open. If they jump but they were, you know, super late getting out to you, it would still say open. If you created enough space, like on that fade over Chet right there, it says open. But then if they, you know, if they're under you and they get a hand near your face or near where the ball was, or they jump in time to get there before you release the ball,
he had corner. Never mind.
Register some type of contest. Now let's talk about rhythm shooting, the new rhythm shooting system, right? Apparently you only have to green the tempo, and that is confirmed because you're about to see a couple clips of it, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna be honest. You know, apparently if you don't green the timing, it makes it harder to green the tempo. But as long as you just green the tempo, it still goes in. And I'll be honest, Without the meter, it's kind of like, man, he's making whites is kind of what I feel like, you know, even though I understand the system is different. But when you turn the meter on and see it visually, I mean, I'll be honest. It hurts my soul. I'm like, bro, this dude is making a 3/4 bar shot. But I understand the logic is different now. But I think we're all like ingrained in the 2K25.
I'm not even going to use the shot meter, to be real with you.
Down below. Let's talk quick about perimeter defense bumps. You see right here, Lu Dort cuts off Kevin Durant coming up the court, and they get a physical body up, cut off, like bump animation. If someone's moving, if a dribbler is
like I'm not even going to be using the shot meter, so like
moving, and you cut them off, you will get a bump, physical body up bump. But a big difference I noticed was on 2K25, if someone was standstill dribbling at the top,
that's this right here is like kind of new to me. I don't know if like hold on, chat, like a body, yeah, something like this. It's like kind of new to me because like I haven't, you know, like I said, I haven't played 2K25 and stuff like that. I took a whole year off. Now I'm back at it, but that looks new to me.
Top of the key, you could just like press against them and interrupt that dribble sequence. Now I'm not going to say it's impossible to interrupt someone's standstill dribble sequence because obviously I just tested it in the limited amount of time that I had, but it definitely felt like a big difference to 25. 25 felt like if someone's dribbling, on the perimeter standstill, you could just basically run up to them, smash into them, and interrupt their whole dribble combo, and it would put their player in like a bump animation. Didn't feel like that on this game until they started moving. Once they started to try to burst past you left or right or try to drive to the basket or whatever, then if you were running with them, then there would be
nobody don't fall for this.
Right, or try to drive to the basket or whatever, then if you were...
That was just a basic crossover, chat. Like, nobody falls for that in real life.
Running with them, then there would be some type of body up collision.
Like, that's totally AI, bro.
Throughout the year, but it definitely was a noticeable difference.
But that was a nice shot.
Last quick thing for perimeter defense bumps. Off the little push cross here, into the defender's leg, lose the ball. I know a lot of people are like anti-push cross, anti-De'Aaron Fox crossover. Well, position yourself correctly, you could be knocking that ball free without even having to reach. All right, let's talk about layups. We know custom layups and slow-mo Euros and all this new layup stuff they're adding, so let's talk about it. Layups definitely felt much improved from 2K25, but that's not saying much. Layups were pretty awful in 2K25. Size matters. You saw that one right there with Giannis. You're going to see some with Trey, Luka. Size matters in terms of getting contested. It felt like the bigger players definitely...
So that means you got to do like a pump fake then. You just wait for it to jump. All right.
Definitely could go up with more 50-50 takes, and the green window would stay a bit bigger than the smaller players. But overall, whether it was Trey, Luka, De'Aaron Fox, Giannis, whoever it was, being able to see the green window, I know it was an old feature. Like, we had it in 2K24, then they got rid of it, they brought it back. I'm not hyping it up like, whoa, like this is... But it's just nice to be able to see it, not only to help you know when to release the timing of the layup, but also so you know what's a good take and a bad take and help you understand what you can and can't go up with. Now let's talk about driving.
Wait, the ball could bounce off the... Okay.
All right, dunk meter. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about this, so let's talk about it. First thing I'll say, size matters again. It felt like the bigger players got more consistent green windows. Some concerning things was I still feel like there's some kinks that need to be worked out in terms of the dunk meter. I have a couple of specific clips coming up here in just a second, and I did bring it to their attention, and I'm sure other people did as well at Community Day. And as we know, we saw last year, they definitely make changes after Community Day. Last year they nerfed builds and took out certain dribble speed boost animations and stuff. But check out a couple of these animations.
Hey,
you're gonna see me beat the defender, or whoever I'm playing against gets past me, and we're just driving to the basket. Like right here, Ant Edwards slides through, has a clear path to the hoop. By the time he goes up with the dunk, and the dunk window stays small. So that's a little alarming to me. I feel like there's, like I said, there's still some kinks to definitely work out. Like this one right here, it's a clean drive. Blew by the defender, clean line at the hoop, but because like...
How did he miss though?
Started the dunk maybe. The defender was still like pushed against me. I'm not really sure. Like I said, there's definitely some
But Giannis gets that.
Fix. But even with that...
So that means you cannot like drive on somebody that's taller than you.
Being said, we're still getting some nice contact dunks at times. Sometimes the green windows were big, sometimes they were small, so definitely figuring out exactly how the logic worked.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this right. Like, so I won't... I hope I'm making sense. So, like, that means you have to, like even though that you blow past, the defender, just, like, it doesn't matter, like, either you, like, tall or short, like... I don't know, man.
But something I definitely like is when they take
I was
it
just
out
about
of
to
the
say-
dunk meter, you turn it into a layup, and it's usually a pretty greenable layup. So I feel like that is a nice change instead of it just being like.
I think what I'm trying to see is like if you were like a short, like if you shorter than than the defenders, like you can't like dunk on them.
Went up for a dunk meter. They took me out of the dunk meter, and now the play is cooked. It's like, nah, in real life, it's like, oh, I wanted to dunk.
See, like in real life, John Bright, he actually did dunk on Victor Wembanyama. So like, bro, what?
I got hit, so I'm gonna, adjust my body and be able to turn into a layup type of thing. So we'll have to see how the dunk meter plays out. I'm not really sure if it's good or bad yet. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure. I need to see more, and I need to see what kind of changes.
I need to see some actual park gameplay
Let's move
of
on
it.
to interior defense and standing dunks. There's definitely some crazy interior defense animations. Like, look at this one by Rudy. My God. I mean, to be fair, it's Rudy and Wemby. They have great interior defense stats. But you could definitely get some crazy stops. Now, wide open standing meter dunks, you see how big the green window is. And then even like standing meter dunks against smaller defenders, like Wemby just, going up over smaller defenders. See the size of the green window. It kind of feels like it's like you could get crazy stops, but you could also get crazy dunks. It's kind of, I'm not really sure. Like, we'll have to see how it plays out, but they both definitely felt viable. Like, if you timed when you were going to jump to get the stop, it's like you'd get a crazy ante. But you could also, if you went up with the standing dunk and they weren't entirely properly positioned, you would just boom it on them. Also, a little detail I noticed right here was as Joel was backing down Wemby, look at when Wemby jumped, his hand was behind, like Joel pinned him so deep in the dead zone that when he jumped, his hand hit the back of the backboard and it registered open. I feel like in past games, sometimes if you did that, it would still register a contest just because it was like, it thought you were supposed to be there, but you weren't actually there because you got stuck on the hoop.
They probably gonna
I don't know,
patch
just
that.
like a small little detail I noticed. But you see the size of these standing dunk meters, you could definitely go crazy with the standing dunks, but then you also saw some of the paint stop animations I was getting is like you could definitely go crazy with the interior stops as well. Like here's one from Wemby. I mean, I'm not really sure which one's going to be better, but they both definitely felt viable, at least for the little bit that I tested them. Last thing, rebounding. You can turn off the green feedback in the player HUD.
Thank you. Cause bro, that probably would have got annoying to me, man.
I did notice that. I know some people have been asking that, but as you can see here, you don't have to green the rebound.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Ronnie, Mike, wait, why would y'all even add that to the game? Be real with yourself, man.
To get it, Mike has already talked about that, but just so people could be clear about that. And then even here, I'm on Jokic. I green the rebound, and my teammate grabs it instead of me. So just because you green it doesn't mean you're automatically going to get it. But this is what the green feedback looks like. Figured we'll just touch on that real quick.
They need to take that out the game.
Raw, unedited footage.
That don't make no sense, but if you guys enjoyed today's video, like, comment, subscribe. Matter of fact, hit that sub button, bro. Come on. Like, bro. Let's hit that 100 subscribers. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know inside the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. We go. Peace.